The proverb says, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for the companion of fools suffers harm." And that's found in Proverbs 13:20. What grabs me is this: it doesn't say he who walks with the wise is already wise. It says he becomes wise. And that means wisdom can be transferred. Wisdom can be absorbed. It can be caught before it's fully taught. But there's a condition. You have to be willing to walk with somebody who has something you don't yet have. And that takes foresight. Because before I can walk with the wise, I have to admit there are some areas I still need wisdom. I have to be honest enough to say, I might be gifted, but I'm not finished. I might be called, but I'm still under construction. I might have experience, but I still need exposure. That is where a lot of people get stuck. See, we want growth without humility, or we want elevation without correction, or even we want wisdom without proximity to wise people. But the proverb says wisdom is connected to companionship. Psychology agrees with that because Albert Bandura's social learning theory teaches that people learn by observing others, not only by direct experience. We watch behavior, we notice patterns, we imitate what appears to be valuable and successful or rewarded. In other words, the people around you are not just company, they are classrooms. Some people teach you peace. Some people teach you panic. Some people teach you discipline. Some people teach you dysfunction. Some people teach you to think bigger. Some people teach you how to stay small and call it loyalty. Neuroscience also gives us a language for it. See, research on mirror neurons point to the brain's ability to internally map and respond to the actions of others, which helps explain imitation or social understanding and coordinated behavior. That means your environment doesn't just affect your mood, it can affect your model. You start picking up what you keep standing around. Spiritually, that's why Proverbs doesn't only warn us against bad choices, it warns us about companionship. The harm doesn't always arrive in one major disaster. Sometimes harm is slow. Sometimes harm is in a quiet lowering of your standards. Sometimes harm is getting comfortable with conversations, habits, and excuses that keep you from becoming who God is forming you to be. And this is the tension. The wise person may not always be the most entertaining person. The wise person may not always flatter you, or they may not always agree with you. But the wise person expands you. A fool may make you feel comfortable. A wise person may make you feel challenged. And sometimes the very discomfort you're avoiding is the door wisdom is using. So the question isn't simply, who do I like? The better question is, who am I becoming when I walk with him? Because proximity has a price. Walk with a bitter long enough, and bitterness starts sounding normal. Walk with the fearful long enough, and caution starts calling itself wisdom. Walk with the lazy long enough, and delay starts feeling justified. But if you walk with the wise long enough, and your language changes, your decisions change, your appetite changes, your standards change. But you may not become wise overnight. But if you keep walking with wisdom, wisdom starts walking with you. This week, identify one area where you need to become wiser, whether it's in finances, marriage, parenting, business, health, faith, emotions, or discipline, whatever area you decide on. But then write down one person who already carries wisdom in that area. Now, I don't want you to ask them for their whole life. Just ask for one conversation and send this message. I respect the wisdom I see in you in the area of whatever that area is. Would you be willing to have coffee or a 5, 10, 15-minute conversation so I could ask you a few questions and learn from your experience? This is the step, because wisdom doesn't only come from wanting more. Sometimes wisdom begins when you're humble enough to walk with somebody who already has what you're still becoming.